Okay, good evening, guys. So, how's everybody here? I hope all of you are doing well. Just give me a minute as I set up my device, and then we'll be all set to go. Beta, 1 second. Okay, so I have 30 people with me right now. How many messages I have? I have 13 messages. 13 messages. Let's see. Sneha, Samruddhi, Kunal, Pranamya, Srihari, Shravana, Janvi, Yash. Uh, Amya, Priyanka, Sujana, Gagan, Prithvi, Sumit, Shravan. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Okay. I hope all of you are doing well, beta. Okay. Okay. Start kare beta फिर. Okay. So let's start the class then. 1 second. Okay. Today there was a cluster level competition in school about what, Pranamya? And did you guys take part in yesterday's Gandhi Jayanti Kahoot, beta? Did you guys take part in yesterday's Gandhi Jayanti Kahoot? Did you guys take part? Yes. How did you guys do? What was your rank? How did you guys do? Did any of you win anything? Okay. What was your rank? Like, okay, 100th place. Okay, that's good here because I heard there were like almost 1,000 students. So if you got 100th place, that's good. 129, 502, 401. ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay. Anybody else? 107. Okay, so it seems like Kunal got the highest among all of you, 100%. Very good, Kunal. That's good. ठीक है, चलो start करें बेटा फिर. Okay, so we were doing the chapter of cell, right? We were doing the chapter of cell. We are still on the first lecture because you guys asked so many doubts, which I'm okay with. That's okay. That's good that you guys are asking so many doubts. So we'll be continuing from where we left off. Yeah, we'll be continuing from where we left off. Okay, so we left off at characteristics of prokaryotic cells where we were talking about your plasmids, okay. Okay, so let's continue from there. Again, at any point if you do not understand anything, you have any questions, let me know better. Sure, so start karte beta. Okay, so now let's talk about few more characteristics of prokaryotic cells. Okay, no organelles like the ones in eukaryotes are found in prokaryotic cells except for ribosomes. So apart from ribosomes, you do not see any organelles in the prokaryotic cell. हमें पता है in eukaryotic cells we have your Golgi apparatus, we have your endoplasmic reticulum, we have your lysosomes, we have nucleus. So we have all these organelles, mitochondria, plastids, but these are not present. These are not present in your prokaryotes. These are not present in your prokaryotes, okay, with the exception of ribosomes. How do they function without organelles? Why can they not, right? A very simple way to understand this is, right, we cannot imagine our life without having two arms, two legs, right, a mouth, neck and stuff. But there are so many organisms that do not have characteristics like ours, but they are still alive, they are still surviving, right? So it's just because certain characteristics work for certain organisms, certain cells, doesn't mean that other cells that do not have such characteristics cannot function. Okay, they are primitive in nature, right? So obviously certain functions are missing in them, right? Now just say photosynthesis, right? So photosynthesis takes place because of the presence of chloroplast in eukaryotes. In prokaryotes में क्या होता है? In prokaryotes, okay, in prokaryotes what happens is the chloroplast, the chlorophyll, instead of being present in chloroplast, is trapped in the plasma membrane itself. Okay, so they have found their way around it. It's not as efficient as a eukaryote, but it exists. Okay, why only ribosomes are present? Because ribosomes are involved in protein synthesis, beta, right? So if ribosomes are not present, then protein synthesis will not take place, and protein synthesis is very, very important for every cell. That is why ribosomes are present. Okay, for almost everything else they have developed a shortcut method. Okay, but ribosomes are very, very important for every cell because They are responsible for protein synthesis. Now, okay? Now, ribosomes are non-membrane bound organelles found in all cells. Okay? Your organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, okay? Mitochondria, then lysosomes. Okay, one second. Yeah, okay. Mitochondria, lysosomes, plastids. Okay, all these are membrane bound. That means they have a membrane around them. All these are membrane bound. All these are membrane bound. Okay, that means what? That means they have a membrane around them. All these are membrane bound. Okay, your ribosomes do not contain a membrane. Your ribosomes do not contain a membrane. Okay, ribosomes do not contain a membrane. Okay, so they are called non-membrane bound organelles. Okay, now ribosomes are 70s in nature in prokaryotes, something that we studied in last class. Okay, that your S is Swedberg unit, okay, which in layman terms, okay, which Swedberg unit is nothing but how fast a particle settles down after centrifugation. Okay, so the ribosomes that are present in prokaryotes are 70s in nature. Only ribosomes are non-membrane organelles. Yes, Vinayak, ribosomes are the only non-membrane bound organelles. Okay, every other organelle is membrane bound. Okay, now both transcription and translation takes place in the cytoplasm. What is transcription and translation? पहले बताया था मैंने, ठीक है? So transcription is your DNA to RNA. Transcription is your DNA to RNA, as Neha is correctly pointed out. That is your transcription. That is your transcription. And when RNA gives rise to protein, that is your translation. That is what your translation. That is your translation. Okay, so both these processes take place in the cytoplasm. Both these processes take place in the cytoplasm in prokaryotes. In prokaryotes. In prokaryotes. In eukaryotes, what happens is this takes place in the nucleus and this takes place in the cytoplasm. Okay, that is what happens in, this is what happens in eukaryotes. This is what happens in eukaryotes, right? But in prokaryotes, since nucleus is absent, so both the processes take place in the cytoplasm. Both the processes take place in the cytoplasm. Yahan tak sabko clear hai beta? Just give me a yes or no. Is this clear to everybody? Just give me a yes or no beta. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ो. Okay, shall I move forward then? Okay, let's move forward then beta. Now, let's talk about the plasma membrane here. Let's talk about the plasma membrane. Okay, now chemical studies on the cell membrane or plasma membrane, especially in human red blood cells, enable the scientists to deduce the possible structure of plasma membrane. Okay, so now we know what plasma membrane looks like, what is its structure. Before that, scientists did not know. Okay, there were different hypotheses, different theories. This is what the plasma membrane could look like. But around 1950s, with the advent of electron microscope, scientists conducted extensive studies on the human RBCs, and they were able to come to a common model. They were able to agree on a common model. Okay, and what is this model? So two scientists, Singer and Nicholson, okay, S.J. Singer and Nicholson, in 1972 proposed the fluid mosaic model, of plasma membrane. Okay, plasma membrane. Okay, so in 1972, the one model that every scientist agreed on was the fluid mosaic model. Before that, there were other models. There was sandwich model, there was David Davidson model and all that stuff, which you guys would be learning in 11th standard. Not necessary for right now. Okay, but the one that is the most accurate and the one that everybody could agree on, was the fluid mosaic model. mosaic model. What is I'll come to that. I'll come to that. You guys have question. What is fluid mosaic model? I'll explain it. Okay, do not worry. I'll explain what is the meaning of okay, mosaic. Okay, so that is the model which is still accepted. That is a model that is still accepted. Okay, by all the scientists, which is your fluid mosaic model. Which is your fluid mosaic model. Now, what does the fluid mosaic model say? What does the fluid mosaic model say? Okay. So this is what plasma membrane looks like under the fluid mosaic model. This is what the plasma membrane looks like under the fluid mosaic model. Okay. Now, somebody has asked, okay, yes, now some mild modifications have been made to it, but the broad propositions of this model are still accepted. Mosaic का मतलब क्या होता है, right? So what is the meaning of mosaic? Fluid मतलब क्या? Something that is liquid in nature. Now people are asking, sir, what is the meaning of mosaic, right? Mosaic means when small pieces come together to form something big. That is the meaning of mosaic. Okay. So I don't know whether you guys are aware of mosaic art or not. When small pieces come together to form a bigger picture, then that is known as mosaic. Okay. For example, small pieces of puzzle coming together to form a bigger picture. That is mosaic. Okay. So what does fluid mosaic model says? Fluid mosaic model broadly says that plasma membrane is bilayer. That means it consists of two layers. Where are the two layers? This is your first layer and this is your second layer. So the plasma membrane is made up of two layers. Okay. So the plasma membrane is bilayer in nature. And this layer is made up of what? This layer is made up of fatty acids. This layer is made up of what? Lipids or fat. Okay. So this layer is made up of what? It is made up of lipids, which is nothing but a fancy name for fat. Which is nothing but a fancy name for fat. Okay. So it is made up of two layers. Okay. Bilayer. And it consists of, and this layer is made up of lipids, which is nothing but fat. In between, you see these blobs. These blobs are proteins. These blobs are what? Proteins. These blobs are what? Proteins. Both layers are made up of fat. Yes, Amya, both layers are made up of fat. And these blobs that you see, these blobs are proteins. These blobs are what? Proteins. Now, what else do we see here? We see this green structure. That green structure is your carbohydrate. That green structure is your carbohydrate or sugar. Okay? That green structure is your sugar or carbohydrate. Okay? And then one more thing that we see these dots present. Okay? Yahan pe bhi hai, yahan pe bhi hai. What is this? This is cholesterol. What is this? This is cholesterol. So that is what your plasma membrane is made up of. It is made up of two layers. It is made up of two layers of fat. In between these layers, you will have proteins. You will have proteins, and these proteins serve a function. There's a reason why they are present. We'll see about that later. Plus, you have your cholesterol sprinkled in between, and you have your sugar on the top of the plasma membrane, or you have your sugar on the top of the plasma membrane. Are proteins bigger than fat? Some proteins are, some proteins are not. Depends. Okay. What is the purpose of each and every part? What is the purpose of each and every part? Very good question. Okay. Abhi dekho beta. Okay. What is that pipe-like thing? That is okay. Those are cytoskeletal structure, not necessary for you guys. वो 11th standard में बताऊंगा. तुम लोग बस इस पे focus करो. ठीक है? Okay. तुम लोग बस इस पे focus करो. Those pipe-like structures, do not focus on that. That is not necessary for you guys. Okay. Now, what is the function of each of these things? देखो, the layer of fat, okay, it acts as a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, it acts as what? A semi-permeable membrane. It allows passage of water, gases. Okay, it allows for passage of water and gases based on what? Based on the concentration. ये तुम लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा osmosis, right? Isotonic solution, hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, right? So they allow for passage of gases and water and solutions based on the concentration. बाहर concentration ज़्यादा है, अंदर कम है, so water will move from outside to inside. If opposite is the case, then water will move in the opposite direction. Now, what is the function of protein? Protein का function क्या होता है? To allow movement of charged particle, Na plus, Cl minus. Because plasma membrane only allows passage of neutral molecules which do not have a charge on them. So protein का function क्या होता है? Protein's function is to allow passage of charged particles. Okay, that is the function of protein. Now, what is the function of cholesterol? Cholesterol is important for the fluidity of the membrane. How rigid, that means how strong the membrane should be, how fluid it should be, how flexible it should be. That is determined by the amount of cholesterol present. और कार्बोहाइड्रेट का फंक्शन क्या होता है? द फंक्शन ऑफ कार्बोहाइड्रेट इज इट एक्ट्स एज एन आइडेंटिफिकेशन कार्ड. ठीक है, सो एवरी सेल इन योर बॉडी, ओके, every cell in your body, okay, every cell in your body, okay, has carbohydrate structures popping out of it, and that pattern is unique to you. Okay, and that helps the immune system of your body to identify, okay, this cell belongs to your body. But let's say, you know, I put some of my cells in your body, your immune system will kill those cells. So how is your immune system differentiating that these are your cells and these are not your cells? Because of the presence of carbohydrate on them, because of the presence of carbohydrate on them. So that is a function of carbohydrate. Again, these are very layman terms. मैं बहुत simplify करके बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है, बहुत ज़्यादा simplify करके बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है, that, okay, this is the function of each of those components. This is the function of each of those components. Why is more cholesterol bad? बेटा वो अलग है. If you take more cholesterol, that gets deposited in your arteries. Okay, so then the blood pressure increases and your heart is under attack. That is different. That is different. Okay, that has nothing to do with the cell. Okay, okay. So is this clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. Is this clear to everybody? Give me a yes or no. Okay, what do they do so they get to know that it is your cell? They search the carbohydrates present on the cell surface. So the carbohydrates that are present on your cells is different than the carbohydrates present on my cells. That is what enables the immune system to figure out these are your cells and this is my cell. So whatever my cell is present in your body, they will destroy it. Okay. Again, that is how blood group system also works, right? A blood group people have different sugars on their blood cells. B blood group people, okay, have different kind of sugars on them. Okay. So if you take B blood in your body, if you're A blood, then it gets destroyed, and it gets destroyed because of this identification of sugar or carbohydrate by the WBCs. Why do they destroy it? Because foreign particles should not enter your body. Your body is not adept at handling foreign particles. Okay, anything that is not part of your body, it will destroy it. Just like India would destroy if any foreigner from outside enters India without permission, right? Then police or army will take action against it. Similarly, okay. Anyway, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's move forward. ठीक है. The membrane is okay. So अभी जो भी बोला उसको हम words में देखते हैं. The membrane is selectively permeable to some molecules present on either side of it. So जो lipid membrane है, the bilayer, okay, that is selectively permeable. ठीक है. That means it allows passage of some molecules. It allows passage of some molecules, okay, across it based on concentration. Based on concentration. Okay. Neutral solutes may move across the membrane by the process of simple diffusion along the concentration gradient. Okay, so neutral solids like water, gases, they can easily move. They can easily move. Okay, they can easily move across. They can easily move across the प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन बेस्ड ऑन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. बाहर ज्यादा है, अंदर कम है, बाहर से अंदर, अंदर ज्यादा है, बाहर कम है, अंदर से बाहर. ठीक है. बट पोलर मॉलिक्यूल्स का मतलब क्या? चार्ज्ड मॉलिक्यूल्स. ठीक है. चार्ज्ड मॉलिक्यूल्स कैन नॉट पास थ्रू द नॉन पोलर लिपिड बाइलेयर. ठीक है. बिकॉज जो फैट लेयर है, जो लिपिड बाइलेयर है, दैट इज नॉट चार्ज, सो इट डज नॉट अलाउ पासिंग ऑफ चार्ज मटेरियल थ्रू इट. सो हाउ डू दे पास थ्रू? They require a carrier protein of the membrane to facilitate their transport across the membrane. So charged particle, okay, charged particle, okay, charged particle is, okay, cannot pass through your lipid layer. So that passes through the lipid layer with the help of those blobs of protein that we saw, with the help of those blob like proteins that we saw. ठीक है. What is concentration gradient? Okay, so concentration gradient means difference of gradient across two surfaces, sorry, okay, ठीक है. So what is concentration gradient? Concentration gradient is difference in gradient. Okay, वैसे gradient का technical definition होता है okay, gradually increasing or decreasing. ठीक है, but here concentration gradient means across the membrane concentration difference है. यहाँ पे ज्यादा है, यहाँ पे कम है, और उल्टा है, it's more here, it's less here. So that is the meaning of concentration gradient. ठीक है. Polar molecules means charged molecules. Simple terms में charged molecule. There's a technical definition for polar molecules, but you'll be studying that in 11th standard. ठीक है. Why is it necessary that charged particles only move through the protein? Because जो lipid layer है, that is not charged. So something that is not charged itself cannot allow passage of charged molecules through it. But proteins, on the other hand, they are charged molecules. So they allow for passage of charged molecules through them. ठीक है. Is there simple diffusion? Is there complex diffusion? There are different types of diffusion. There is simple diffusion, which is based on concentration. यहाँ ज़्यादा, यहाँ कम है, so it will move from here to here. Then there is something known as passive diffusion. ठीक है. So there are different types of diffusion. Okay, again you will be studying them in higher classes, not here. ठीक है. Simple diffusion means based on concentration, nothing else here. Okay. चलो, non-polar lipid means what? The lipid layer is not charged. Non-polar का मतलब not charged बेटा. Non-polar का मतलब क्या? Not charged. ठीक है. So lipid layer में charge नहीं है, so it cannot allow passage of charged particles through it here. Okay. ठीक है. Okay. What is passive diffusion? Beyond the scope of the syllabus, here not necessary. We'll study that in 11th standard. मुझसे biology सीखना ना तब बताएंगे. ठीक है. Okay. Is this slide clear to everybody? Better give me a yes or no. Is this slide clear to everybody? Better give me a yes or no. ठीक है, आगे बढ़े. Okay, let's move forward then, beta. Okay, so with that we are done with the first lecture. So I'll be uploading this in the drive. You can download it from there. Okay. Now let's go to the second one here. Now let's go to the second lecture. ठीक है. Who proposed this model? Singer and Nicholson. मैंने underline किया था ना. Singer and Nicholson in 1972. They proposed this method. Okay. So I'll be uploading that lecture 1 in the drive. You can download the notes from there and study. Okay. चलो. So lecture 2 start करते बेटा. So that was all about prokaryotic cells. That was all about prokaryotic cells. Now let's talk about your eukaryotic cells. Now let's talk about your eukaryotic cells. Okay. Now eukaryotic cells include all the protists, plant, animal, and fungi. Okay. Plant, animal, and fungi. Okay. So eukaryotic cells consist of the following kingdoms. अब मुझे पता है, I don't think any of you would know what is protist, since you guys have not studied diversity in living world. Okay. You guys have not studied, right? The 3rd chapter. देखो, organisms are classified into 5 kingdoms. Beta. Organisms are classified into 5 kingdoms. Okay. Living organisms are classified into 5 kingdoms. Okay. You guys have not studied that chapter, so you guys would not know. Okay. It's the 3rd biology chapter, which Vedesh would be teaching you guys. Okay. So you have your Monera. Okay. Then you have your Protista. Okay. Then you have your fungi. Okay. Then you have your plant. Then you have your animal. Okay. Then you have your animals. So these are the 5 kingdoms, beta. These are the 5 kingdoms. Monera में आते हैं सारे bacteria. All the bacteria are in Monera, and all of them are prokaryotic. All of them are prokaryotic. Okay. All these others are eukaryotic. All these others are eukaryotic. ठीक है. All these others are eukaryotic. Protista में unicellular eukaryotes आते हैं. Protista में unicellular eukaryotes आते हैं. So in Protista, all eukaryotes that are unicellular in nature. ठीक है. So all of them come under the Protista. Protista में क्या क्या आता है? Amoeba, Paramecium. So all of them come under Protista. Okay. Algae comes under the category of plant beta. Algae are a type of plant, so they come under the plant kingdom. So that is what Protista is. That is what protistase. Okay. Now, what another characteristic of eukaryotic cells is presence of membrane bound organelles. So endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus. Okay. Then your mitochondria, plastids, lysosomes. So all of them are membrane bound organelles and they are present in eukaryotes. They are not present in prokaryotes. Okay. Ribosomes also, yes, but again हम यहाँ ribosomes are not membrane bound. तो वो दोनों में present होते हैं बेटा. They are present in prokaryotes also, eukaryotes also. Okay, because they are not membrane bound. Now, aren't some protista also prokaryotes? No, yes. No protista is prokaryote. Now, they possess an organized nucleus with the nuclear envelope. Okay, so they possess nucleus which has an envelope around it, which is known as nuclear envelope. Which is known as what? Nuclear envelope. Okay, now genetic material is organized into chromosomes. तो हमने क्या देखा था बेटा? Okay, हमने क्या देखा था? That in your prokaryotes, the genetic material was circular in nature. Here, the genetic material is present in the form of chromosomes. आपने chromosome देखा होगा movies में, TV shows में, documentaries में. That is what a chromosome looks like. ठीक है? So your DNA is arranged in the form of chromosome. Your DNA is arranged in the form of chromosome. ठीक है? So some basic properties of eukaryotic cells जो तुम लोगों ने पढ़े होंगे अपने चैप्टर में. So is this slide clear to everybody? Better give me a yes or no. Is this slide clear to everybody? Better give me a yes or no. Clear है? आगे बढ़े? Okay, let's move forward then, beta. No. We know that what is peroxisome. What is peroxisome? We'll be talking about peroxisomes later on. Okay, I will be covering peroxisomes. Do not worry. What is centriole? ये मैंने last I think lecture 1 में बताया था बेटा. Centrioles are organelles that help in cell division बेटा. Centrioles are organelles that help in cell division. ठीक है? So centrioles का function क्या होता है? Centrioles help in cell division. They help in cell division. ठीक है? Okay, is nuclear envelope and nuclear membrane same? Yes, 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 yes. Do not worry. Okay, so what are peroxisome? Peroxisomes, we'll be studying that in. We'll be studying that in later in. I think in lecture 4 we'll probably talk about peroxisomes. What is secretory vesicle? देखो बेटा, there are a lot of particles there. Okay, there are a lot of things that are labeled there which are not part of the syllabus. But अगर तुमने पूछ लिया है, secretory vesicles are nothing but products of Golgi apparatus. Okay, which contain certain compounds that are necessary for the cell. That is what secretory vesicle are. But not necessary, not necessary for you guys. ठीक है? Okay, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now let's move forward. Okay, now we know that your eukaryotic cells are of two types. Your eukaryotic cells are of two types. Okay, plant cell and animal cell. They are of two types. That is plant cell and animal cell. Okay, so now let's talk about your differences between plant cells and animal cell. What are centrosomes? We'll be studying that in lecture 5. Do not worry tonight. Okay, what are, okay, so plant cell and animal cell. Now, plant cell wall is present, animal cell wall is absent. You guys already know that. हमने सीखा है. ठीक है? Okay, now plastids are present, plastids are absent. ठीक है? So ये भी तुम लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा, right? In your chapter, plastids are present and plastids are absent. Now, large central vacuole is present, small vacuoles are present. So in plant cell, there is usually a large vacuole in the middle. In animal cell, there are small vacuoles. There are small vacuoles, no large vacuole is present. Okay? Centrioles are mostly absent. Centrioles are present. So again, centrioles help in division of the cell. So they are present in animal cells, but they are not present in, for the most part, in plant cells. They are mostly absent in plant cells. Okay? Now, lysosomes are rare. In plant cells, lysosomes are usually not present. In animal cell, lysosomes are present. In animal cell, lysosomes are present. In animal cell, lysosomes are present. Okay? Okay, now, Golgi apparatus exists as distinct unit called dictosomes, and Golgi apparatus occurs as well-connected single complex. ये last difference तुम लोगों को नहीं पता होगा. So in plant cell, Golgi apparatus occurs as these small distinct units, okay, separate units. That is how Golgi apparatus occurs. And each of these units is called dictosomes. Each of these units is called dictosomes. and in animal cell. And in animal cell, Golgi apparatus occurs like a single unit. Golgi apparatus occurs like a single unit like this. Okay, so that is what the last point means. That is what the last point means. Okay, that is what the last point means. Okay, no, plant cells also divide, but their mechanism of division is slightly different than that in animals. Okay, okay, does the no, Kunal, no. Okay, no, Kunal. Okay, what do you think would happen if we had large vacuoles? Would we eat less? Maybe, but there could be some drawbacks also. There could be some drawbacks also, right? So we don't know. We can say nothing about it. We can say nothing about it. Anyway, आगे बढ़ते हैं. So what are the key difference? I'll just summarize it again. In plant cells, cell wall is present. In animal cells, cell wall is absent. In plant cell, plastids are present. In animal cells, plastids are absent. Okay. Large vacuole is present in plant cell. Small vacuoles are present in animal cell. Centrioles are absent in plant cells. Centrioles are present in animal cells. Okay. Okay. Now, lysosomes are rare in your plant cells. Lysosomes are abundantly present in your animal cell. Okay. And in plant cell, lysosomes are present as discrete units, as separate entities, and we call them dictysomes. And in animal cell, they are present as one together unit. Okay. Sumit beta, to be honest, nobody knows the answer to that question. To be honest, nobody knows the answer to that question. Scientists are still working on that beta. Okay. Kunal beta, it contains some small theory beta. Okay. Let's not divert off the topic here. Let's not ask your personal doubts here. Okay. This is for questions related to the subject matter. So, is this slide clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. Is this slide clear to everybody? Give me a yes or no. Okay. Is this slide clear to everybody? Okay. आगे बढ़े? Okay, let's move forward then. Let's talk about the cell wall. Let's talk about the cell wall. Okay. Now, cell wall is what? A non-living rigid structure forms an outer covering for the plasma membrane. So cell wall is non-living and it is rigid. That means it is very, very strong. Okay. What is the function of cell wall? Cell wall gives shape to the cell. Okay. And protects the cell from mechanical damage and infection. Mechanical damage and infection. Okay. So cell wall gives shape to the cell. Cell wall gives shape to the cell. Okay. And cell wall protects the cell. And cell wall protects the cell. Okay. What does it do? It also helps in cell-to-cell interaction and provides barrier to undesirable macromolecules. Okay. So it also helps in communication. Cell-to-cell interaction matlab kya? It also helps in communication and acts as a barrier. Acts as a barrier so that undesirable something that is not wanted. Macro का मतलब क्या बेटा? Big. Macro means what? Big. So if any big molecule is not wanted by a cell, the cell wall blocks it off. The cell wall blocks it off. Okay. So those are the four key functions of cell wall. That is, gives shape to the cell, protects the cell from injury and infection. ठीक है. Mechanical damage का मतलब क्या बेटा? Mechanical का मतलब क्या? ऐसे touch करके. Okay. Something that can be physically felt. Okay. Then communication, helps in communication. Then fourth is it acts as a barrier to prevent entry of undesirable macromolecules. Macromolecules का मतलब क्या बेटा? Macro means big, so big molecules. ठीक है? Big molecules. So is this slide clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. Is this slide clear to everybody? Beta, give me a yes or no. सबको ये slide clear है बेटा? ठीक है? सबको ये slide clear है? Why is cell wall absent in animal cells? देखो, question उल्टा पूछना चाहिए. Why is cell wall present in plant cell? Because plants cannot run away from unfavorable conditions. We can run away from unfavorable conditions. ठीक है? That is why we do not have cell wall. Right? ज़्यादा गर्मी लग रही है, ठंडी जगह पे चला जाओ. ज़्यादा ठंडी लग रही है, गर्मी जगह पे चला जाओ. ठीक है, ज्यादा पानी है सूखे जगह पे चले जाओ, ज्यादा सूखा है तो पानी वाली जगह पे चले जाओ. So we can move around, animals can move around. Plant cells do not have that luxury. Yeah. Plant cells, they are static, right? Plants are static. सूखा पड़ गया तो पड़ गया. Plant has to tolerate it. That is why they have cell walls. That is why they have cell walls. ठीक है, okay? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Then let's move forward now. A young plant cell first secretes a relatively thin and flexible cell wall called the primary cell wall. ठीक है, so we know that cell wall is rigid. We know that cell wall is very very rigid. ठीक है, but वो starting से rigid नहीं होता है. First plant does what? First plant secretes a primary cell wall, and primary cell wall is flexible. Primary cell wall is what? It is flexible. Why is it flexible? क्योंकि अभी plant cell छोटा है, it is young, so it will grow. If the cell wall is rigid right from the start, then the plant cell cannot grow. Then the plant cell cannot grow. ठीक है? So that is why the first plant cell, that is why the first cell wall that is produced, it is flexible, and that flexible cell wall is known as primary cell wall. ठीक है? And once the plant has grown, then what happens is a secondary cell wall develops inside the primary cell wall once the cell is done expanding. So when the cell is young, there is primary cell wall. There is primary cell wall. There is primary cell wall. Okay, there is primary cell wall. And once the cell is done growing, okay, once it has matured, then what happens is inside the primary cell wall, there is secondary cell wall. There is secondary cell wall. There is secondary cell wall. And secondary cell wall is much more rigid. Secondary cell wall is much more rigid. Okay? So as you can see in this figure also, okay, there is a thin layer of, this is your primary cell wall, beta. This is your primary cell wall. This is your primary cell wall. This is your primary cell wall. Okay? This is your primary cell wall. And inside this is flexible. And inside the primary cell wall, you have your secondary cell wall. Inside the primary cell wall, you have your secondary cell wall. You have your secondary cell wall. You have your secondary cell wall. Okay? How does secondary cell wall occur? Secondary cell wall is produced by the cell itself. How does come up? Okay? Now. And secondary cell wall is rigid. Okay? Okay. आगे बढ़ते हैं now. Between two plant cells, आऊंगा बेटा, do not worry, I'll come to it. Between the two plant cells, there is middle lamella present. What is the function of middle lamella? Middle lamella glues the different neighboring cells together. Okay, so between them there is middle lamella, and middle lamella acts as a glue. So this is your middle lamella, and middle lamella acts as a glue. Middle lamella acts as a glue. Okay, so it holds your cells together. It holds your neighboring cells together. Okay, now beta Yash, again the answer to that question here, to be honest, nobody knows, or at least scientists are still figuring out on that, so we cannot comment on that as of now. Okay, now plasmodesmata connects the cytoplasm of neighboring cells and can transfer cell wall. So what is plasmodesmata, beta? Plasmodesmata. Okay, so this is your plasmodesmata. So plasmodesmata can pierce through the cell walls. Okay, and it connects the cytoplasm of neighboring cells, so that easy transportation of material can take place. So that easy transportation of materials can take place. Okay, okay, okay. So that is what the function of plasmodesmata is. That is what the function of plasmodesmata. So this is just plasma. Beta, हमारे में plasmodesmata नहीं होता. Plasmodesmata occurs only in animals, only in plant cells, not at all in animal cells. ठीक है, it is present only in plant cells, not in animal cells. ठीक है, yes, certain diseases yes, but not all. Certain diseases yes, but not all. ठीक है, so that is what the function of plasmodesmata is. That is what the function of plasmodesmata is. Okay, चलो यहाँ तक सबको clear है बेटा? Just give me a yes or no. Is this clear to everybody? बेटा give me a yes or no. ठीक है, आगे बढ़े फिर. ठीक है, primary cell doesn't give protection as secondary wall give. Yes, Samya, primary cell wall का is flexible in nature, right? So it allows for the plant to grow. Middle lamella, beta, Sneha, middle lamella is nothing but glue. Think of it as glue, and as it holds the cells together, as it holds the neighboring cells together. Then is lamella present in animal cell? No, lamella is not present in animal cell. Lamella is again present in plant. Okay, देखो बेटा, these are all plant related. Cell wall से plant में होता है ना, so these are all okay plant related structures. These are not present in animal cells. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं then. Now let's talk about your cell organelles. Now let's start with your cell organelles, beta. Okay, now let's start with your cell organelles. Okay, okay. So the cell organelles, okay, most of them fall under one category, that is endomembrane system. What is endomembrane system? Group of interconnected membrane organelles. Group of interconnected membrane organelles whose functions are coordinated. So organelles whose functions are coordinated, okay, they comprise your endomembrane system. So organelles whose functions are related to each other, organelles whose functions are related to each other, they are known as your endomembrane system. Okay, what all do they include? The endomembrane system include endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes, and vacuoles. Okay, the function of these organelles is linked to each other. Okay, their function depends on each other. So that is why they are part of your endomembrane system. Okay. Now, since the functions of the mitochondria, chloroplast, and peroxisomes are not coordinated with the above components, these are not considered as part of the endomembrane system. So endomembrane system में क्या क्या आता है बेटा? Endomembrane system consists of, okay, endomembrane system consists of your endoplasmic reticulum, okay, Golgi apparatus, okay, then your lysosomes, okay, and then vacuoles, So these are part of your endomembrane system. 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 Okay, and they help in, and they function is related to each other. How? We'll see, Sri Krishna. Do not worry. We'll see how their function is related to each other. Mitochondria, plastids, and peroxisomes are not part of endomembrane system because their functioning is completely unrelated to each other. Okay, so is endomembrane system clear to everybody? Better give me a yes or no. Is endomembrane system clear to everybody? Okay, आगे बढ़े बेटा. Okay, let's move forward then. Now, let's talk about your endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, now they are membrane bound or cell organelles present right next to the nucleus. So they are present right next to the nucleus. As you can see, beta, this is your nucleus. This is your endoplasmic reticulum. So it is present right next to the nucleus. Now, They were discovered by Keith R. Porter in 1945. So in 1945, Keith R. Porter discovered them. Keith R. Porter discovered them. Okay? Now, the ear consists of a network of membranous tubules, that is tube-like structures. As you can see, beta, these are your tubules, tube-like structures, and sacs called cistern, and they consist of these cisterns. So as you can see, your endoplasmic reticulum comes in two shapes. In these tube-like shapes, these are called tubules, and in your sacs, and in these sacs which are known as cistern, and in these sacs which are known as your cistern, and in these sacs which are known as what? Your cistern. Okay? So your endoplasmic reticulum is found right next to the nucleus. It was discovered by Keith R. Porter in 1945. Okay? And they come in two shapes, in tube-like shapes and in sac-like shapes, which are known as cistern, cisterns. Okay? So sac ka matlab kya? Bag-like. As you can see, these are bag-like, right? As if you can fill something in them. So that is why we call them sac-like structures, and these sac-like structures are known as cistern. Okay? Now, आगे बढ़ते हैं. So we know that endoplasmic reticulum is of two types. We know that endoplasmic reticulum is of two types. And the two type of endoplasmic reticulum that we have is smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. There are two types: smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, sac and tubules perform the same function. Yes, they perform the same function, right? It's just that their shapes are different. Okay, now let's talk about your smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, ribosomes are absent on their surface. So we know that. Okay, in smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the ribosomes are absent. Okay, now enzymes of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum are important in the synthesis of lipids. Lipids are nothing but fats, including oils. So what are the different types of lipids? Oils, phospholipids, and steroids, including steroidal hormones. ठीक है, अब ये तुम लोगों को थोड़े complex terms आ गए यहाँ पे. Now let's go through one of them. So basically, in layman terms अगर बोल रहा हूँ, smooth endoplasmic reticulum is involved in production of fat. ठीक है, is involved. आता हूँ भाई, श्री कृष्णा सब्र रखो, मुझे ही पता है there are complex terms बेटा. ठीक है, I'll come to that. Do not worry. Okay. Now they are involved in fats. Okay. Now fats are of different types. One category is oils, something that you guys already know. Another is phospholipids. Now phospholipid क्या है बेटा? Phospholipids. Okay. Phospholipids means what? Fats with phosphate group. Okay. Now what is phosphate group? It is represented by PO4 minus, phosphate group. This is something you guys would understand better, I think, in the third or the fourth chapter, when you guys will learn about valency and all that stuff. So this is something, no matter how much I explain, I would not be able to unless I'm ready to spend an entire 1 hour on chemistry, which I'm not going to. Phospholipids is nothing but fat with a phosphate group, PO4 minus. Okay. Now steroids. What is steroids? Okay. Steroids are a group of compound, okay, who have a ring-like structure. For example, testosterone and estrogen. We know that males produce testosterone, female produce estrogen. Those are steroid hormones. Those are examples of steroid hormones. And those hormones are produced by your smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so what is the function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum? Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, okay, produces fats in very layman terms. Okay, in very layman terms. Another point that you guys need to remember is they produce steroidal hormones. They produce what? Steroidal hormones. Example क्या है बेटा steroidal hormones का? Testosterone, okay, and estrogen. These are steroidal hormones. hormones. ठीक है? Do steroids make us strong? Testosterone does not make you strong. It increases your capacity to do work, right? So I wouldn't say it makes us strong, but it does increase the bulk of the muscle. It enhances your performance. ठीक है? It enhances your performance. I know, beta, I know. I did not understand the second point. Beta, second point कुछ नहीं है, बस इतना ध्यान रखो. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum produces fats. खत्म. और एक और चीज याद रखना है, it also produces steroidal hormones like testosterone and estrogen. बस इतना ध्यान रखो. बाकी के दो टर्म फॉस्फोलिपिड तुम्हें नहीं समझेगा because right now you don't have the necessary information. Just remember that SER produces fats and steroidal hormone and steroidal hormone and steroidal hormone and steroidal hormones. ठीक है? Steroidal hormones like testosterone and estrogen. What if we take steroid? It would have adverse effect on your body. ठीक है? Now, other enzymes of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum help detoxify drugs and poisons, especially in the liver cell. So if you eat something harmful, right? If you take a drug, right, which is not good for you, if you take poison, then your body can detoxify it. How does it detoxify? It detoxifies, okay? It detoxifies due to the help of SCR due to the presence of SCR in your liver cells. So the SCR of liver cells help in detoxification. Okay? Now, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum also stores calcium ions in muscle cells, which are released during muscle contraction. So your muscles contract and relax. Okay? And this contraction and relaxation, okay, it requires calcium ions. And that calcium ions come from, okay, the ones that are stored in the SCR of your muscle cells. Okay? So this movement of your muscles, doesn't matter whether you're moving your biceps, your legs, all of them require calcium ions. All of them require what? All of them require calcium ions. Okay? And these calcium ions are stored in the smooth endoplasmic reticulum of the muscle cells. Then how do we die after taking poison? Beta, liver cells को ये तो है नहीं, machine तो है नहीं बेटा, तुम जितना मर्जी जहर खा लो filter कर देगा. It can only take a certain amount, and not all types of drugs or poisons. Okay? Certain types of drugs and poison in certain amount can be filtered out, others cannot. Okay? So, is this clear to everybody? Better give me a yes or no. Is this clear to everybody? Better give me a yes or no. ये सबको clear हुआ? ठीक है? Okay? चलो आगे बढ़े बेटा फिर. Okay, let's move forward then now. Let's talk about your ARIA. That is your rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay? Now, that is why alcohol is slow poison. There are multiple reasons why alcohol is slow poison. But okay? Now, rough endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes are present on the surface of ARIA. Okay? That is why we call them rough endoplasmic reticulum, because due to the presence of ribosomes, they appear rough in shape. Okay? RER is frequently observed in the cells actively involved in protein synthesis and secretion. Okay? So, rough endoplasmic reticulum is present in abundance in those cells which are involved in protein production. जितना ज़्यादा protein produce हो रहा है एक cell में, उतना ज़्यादा RER होगा. The less protein is being produced, the less RER would be present. ठीक है? In association with Golgi apparatus, ठीक है? RER helps in formation of lysosome. ठीक है? So RER कुछ produce करता है, Golgi apparatus से कुछ आता है. The fusion of the product of Golgi apparatus and RER gives your lysosomes, ठीक है. So हमने क्या सीखा इस स्लाइड में? We learned that ribosomes are present on the surface of RER, ठीक है. Ribosomes are present on the surface of RER, and the amount of RER present, okay, in a cell is directly dependent on how much protein is being synthesized by the cell. The more protein is being synthesized, okay, the more RER would be present. And the product of RER along with product of Golgi apparatus together gives us our lysosome. So is this slide clear to everybody? Better give me a yes or no. Is this slide clear to everybody? Give me a yes or no. What are the kind of things that used to produce lysosomes? देखो बेटा, lysosome में होता है अंदर enzyme, बाहर होता है उसके membrane. The membrane comes from your Golgi apparatus. The enzymes come from your RER. ठीक है? Do they produce fats too? No. RERs are not involved in fat. Fat synthesis is completely the job of SCR. ठीक है? Okay. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now I'll stop here because Golgi apparatus में 10-15 मिनट लगेगा. So I'll stop here. ठीक है? Okay. So I'll stop today's lecture here. ठीक है? So just give me a quick feedback, beta, and then you guys can drop off. Okay. So I hope that you guys like today's class. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's class, and most importantly, I hope that you guys learned in today's class. Thank you very much for your patience. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys on Monday. Till then, take care, guys. Bye-bye.